All right, this is Melissa Davignon with AI Now, and tonight we are sitting with American Idol Season 8 contestant Michael Sarver. How you doing
Hello,
tonight?
hello. I'm good. How are
Very
you?
good. Thank you so much for sitting down with us tonight. Everyone's looking forward to it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So it's been just over 2 months now since the American Idol tour wrapped up. How has life changed for you and your family?
Well, dramatically. I mean, I come home and was able to afford to get a home and all the cool things that
Mhm.
a man wants to have to take care of his wife and kids. But in the interim, I have signed a record deal, which is probably the biggest change in my whole entire life, and it's quite an exciting time for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. So the record deal uh, is with Dream Records, right?
It is Dream Records Universal.
Right. And that album will come out next year, correct?
Yeah, next year. I don't have an exact date, but it will be early next year.
Okay. Well, how did that all come about? How did you get involved with Dream?
Well, they came and they saw me out on the tour. Basically, I mean, I've known the pastor of that church and that the guy that's over that area.
Hmm.
But as far as the record company, they came out. The president of the label came out and saw me on tour while we were doing the American Idol tour, and I guess he went back and said some nice things about me.
Well, there's a lot of nice things to be said for you. I mean, your
Oh,
fans
thank
that got a chance to meet you out on tour, we know that you were always out there at those barricades. You were so polite and so sweet to everybody. So, I can't imagine you didn't impress everyone that got a chance to see you.
I hope I think the biggest thing that matters in my world is leaving the right impression with people, letting them see my heart. Because
Mhm.
it's kind of hard when you just see a person on stage, you see them sing, you can't really understand them necessarily. So meeting the fans was a good way for me to show who I really am. I mean, I don't. Everything else is hearsay. When you meet me and you talk to me, that's when you know whether or not you care for me too much. And I don't expect everyone to like me, but I sure hope to gain
Yeah.
some fans through the years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job so far.
Thank you
Uh,
very much.
Now, you mentioned the connection with the record company and the church, which is a little bit um, different from what people are real familiar with. So, can you kind of explain that a little bit?
Well, it's not necessarily the church. It's the basically the pastor evangelist temple there in L.A. Um, had a heart for people, so he built this place called the Dream Center. It's not a religious organization. It's all about helping people. I mean, they house people, feed people. I think they're handing out like hundreds and hundreds of turkeys in a few days, and or already have already. Um, and the Dream Center itself was birthed about helping people. Then, in another direction, came a vision for a record company. And little did they know that someone as incredible as Universal would say, "We understand and buy into what you have planned with your record company." And of course, I don't know all the ins and outs of how it all came about, but
Sure.
I know that the vision came from a man who ultimately that maybe I guess that was one of his dreams to build a record company. So he did, and the word "dream" just happens to be one of his favorite words on earth,
Yeah.
and it's part of the title for everything that he does, which I think is amazing.
Yeah.
And we're obviously part of a huge family called Universal, and we have all that amazing talent and smarts to back everything up, and it's a quite a special and very unique situation because it means that I'm directly tied to helping people. That
Oh,
because no matter what we do in this record company, it's some way or another is going to be of assist to the inner city of LA. It's pretty cool.
yeah. Wow. Such an interesting situation there, and just seems like a great fit for you.
It works just right.
Yeah. So, on that album, there are two singles that are scheduled to be released on December 8th.
Yeah.
So, what can you tell us about those two singles? We're very much looking forward to them.
Well, the "You Are," which
Hmm.
is the first one on the single, this is a song that I wrote right before we went on tour, and you know, it's a song from my heart. It pretty much love and all the above. and my wife, you know. But then the Cinderella Girls, a song that I co-wrote with a guy named Dave Hanley, and the reason that we decided to go with a dual single release, which is a little bit out of the ordinary, but not
Right.
necessarily unheard of, was to it's important for me as much as American Idol did for me in my life. It's
Mm-hmm.
important for me to now establish Michael Sarver and see if people are going to like me, not the American Idol me. So
Sure.
um, this twist gives us a chance to give two sides to me, the upbeat side and the ballad side, and give everybody a chance to get see if they're going to like a part of what I bring. And so that's exactly what it is. You Are is a ballad. Cinderella Girls, an upbeat song. It's got a lot of
Okay.
fun, creative lyrics that just say down to earth things because that's pretty much what's on my mind all the time. And I think it's going to be able to share just in two songs, share a lot of who I am and will be here in the near future as an artist.
Great. It's almost like in the old days when you release a single and you have an A side and a B side.
B
You know?
side, that's what they're calling it, a B
Yep.
side single. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we're looking forward to those singles, and remember December 8th, iTunes, December 8th.
Do it.
So, in other news, you're also about to embark on yet another tour. This time it's a holiday tour, and you're with a new set of American Idol alum. So, Alexis Grace, Gina Glockson, and David Hernandez. Is that
Yeah,
everybody?
that's
Again?
it.
Okay.
There's a second group. The It's kind of weird, but Mesa, Arizona, I believe it is,
Mm-hmm.
got double booked with a show in Pennsylvania.
Uh,
So they've grabbed four other idols, easy, and just a few other idols that they're going to have do that show in
okay.
Pennsylvania while we're in Arizona. But it's me, David Hernandez, Gina Glockson, Alexis Grace, and of course I knew Alexis from the way back.
Sure.
She's like my little sister. I love her to death. But then just last week, I met David Hernandez and Gina Glockson, who are two of the finest people you'll ever meet. Amazing talent, amazing hearts, uh, great spirit. I mean, just the way they make you feel around them. So I really feel like it's going to be a good tour, and we singing some Christmas songs. Who doesn't like some good Christmas
Right.
music? And on the second half, there's going to be some original music sung. I'm
Okay.
going to be singing "You Are," and Alexis Grace is going to be breaking out a new song, an original, and Gina Glockson, and it's going to be a cool little twist.
Great, great. So, is there a different chemistry when you're performing with people who you haven't been living with? With the American Idol tour, you had spent a lot of time with those people. So now you're going on tour with a fresh group. Is it a little bit different trying to find that same chemistry?
I don't know if it's for what reason, but I would assume it's because we all come from the same thing. We understand each other really well because it was not even a challenge to sync, and that also speaks a lot to the personalities of these people, the character
Right.
of who they
Absolutely.
are. Because when you can sync with someone so well, so quick, it says so much about who they are, but also where we all came from. We all were birthed in the same place
Hmm.
musically, and we have an understanding. It's kind of like a family. It really is. And I don't remember feeling any difficulty syncing right in
Hmm.
with those guys. Michaela Gordon, who's going to be on the other group,
Right.
she's a doll. Keeps the room full of energy every second of the day. Just RJ too.
Yeah.
From season one all the way to season one. So
Yeah.
you know it's a cool family. So it doesn't take long for you to understand each other.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great show. And that's starting December 2nd, correct, in Florida?
It is.
Yes. So we'll make sure to be catching
They
that show, right?
Yes,
All right.
indeed.